Night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for the Raptors, Lowry out there at DeRozan. And at the 5, the 5th overall pick in the 2011 draft, a fleet-footed 6'11" big man out of Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas. What a tremendous talent, getting ready for his first NBA appearance. Then it's Terrence Ross, and it's Johnson in at the 4 slot. And looking at the Grizzlies, Conley out there with Lee. And at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill. The 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. Then there's Tayshaun Prince, and it's Randolph in at the 4 spot.
You know, the talk around the Grizzlies about moving has been around for a while, but a new ownership group came in and put that to rest. And one of the first things they did after buying the team was say, hey, the Grizzlies are here for at least 15 years.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Lowry against Conley. He feeds it to DeRozan. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And as a fan of the Grizzlies and as a fan of the NBA, you like hearing that the Grizzlies being tagged to stay in Memphis for another decade and a half, Steve. That's good news for everybody.
Yeah, it is. This is a great city, a fan base that really supports its team, and the Grizzlies have turned into an excellent franchise. So let's hope that there's another couple of successful decades at least here in Memphis for the Grizzlies. Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Randolph, he's guarded by Johnson. Prince gets the screen from Gasol. Prince, the pass to Gasol. Prince, outside Conley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Dishes it to Valanciunas. He passes to Ross. Kicks to DeRozan. Drops in the layup for 2.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Raptors on defense. 4-point game. And it's... Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Conley against Lowry. He kicks it to DeRozan. So it's Toronto now. And Valanciunas kicks to DeRozan. He dishes it to Ross. 6 on the shot clock. Lowry for 3. There's the bucket. Good.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Gasol dishes to Lee. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Raptors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Lowry passes to Ross. Outside for Lowry. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And it's nice to see Raptors coach Dwayne Casey getting another chance at being a head coach. A lot of people felt he got a bum rap back in Minnesota in 2007. He had that team overachieving at 500 when he was let go. So I'm glad he's gotten a second chance and he's making the most of it.
No good from Lee. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And it's Lowry penetrating. Now the pass to Ross. And it's DeRozan missing. And you go back to that Timberwolves team at 500. Casey was let go. And then, Steve, they went 12 and 30 after he was gone.
Yeah, they struggled with his departure. And a lot of the players actually were sad to see him go. So, that's sometimes the case in the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, fairly or not. And in Casey's case, I respect the fact that he got back to work. Did a great job in Dallas as an assistant and is now the head man in Toronto trying to get this team turned around.
And the shot is good. 8 points for Kyle Lowry.
Well, with this soft D, they're allowing him to shoot a very high percentage from the field so far.
Yeah, and they're just not offering any resistance, not making anything difficult for them, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want to do. You know, after starting the game 0 for 3, you know he was just desperately looking for that one to fall.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach of the Grizzlies, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Lee. Here's Prince. They get it back. Here's Randolph, and he slams it one-handed.
And what you love about him is just the way he hits the offensive glass. I mean, he knows that those are the easiest points for him when he can find a loose ball, get an offensive board, and put it back into the basket.
And, Steve, you look at him, he is a banker. I mean, he really enjoys the physical aspect of the game.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play. Well, no team likes to have their first-round pick belong to another team. It gets worse when you're a lottery team yourself and you're trying to build your talent base up. But the Raptors' number 12 pick in this summer's draft went to one of the elite teams in Oklahoma City.
Now here's Prince after the miss from Ross. Outside Lowry. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Well, Clark, as you said, the Thunder got the Raptors' first selection this last year. Only the way the Raptors would have been able to hang on to it was, Steve, if they jumped up to the top 3 in the lottery.
And as bad as it might seem for the Raptors to have not had a first, I mean, and it is bad, it was as good as any other time for them to not have a first-round pick because the draft wasn't deep, and the Raptors have a lot of young talent already and that they can make improvement with.
Right side, Lee. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Raptors. Allen up top, defended by Ross. Prince setting a pick for Conley. Inside, deflected. Just 5 on the clock. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And Allen with the block. The drive by Lee. Looking for Allen, and gets it there. An emphatic LU jam.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
All of the above.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
And here's Conley outside. And that one's good. Conley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Toronto leading by 6. Pass to Ross. The feed now to DeRozan. No good from outside. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Fast break Toronto. Lowry leading the charge. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Lowry's got 10 points in the game. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Toronto.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Some changes for Toronto. Tyler Hansbrough checked in for Johnson. Landry Fields comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Vasquez in for DeMar DeRozan. Steps back and fires. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Vasquez kicks to Williams. Pass to Vasquez. Back to Williams. First 3-pointers off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 8. It's Allen with the drive. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
Now here's Williams. Wide open look. And he hits the jump shot. And the Raptors lead by 8. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Stokes the pass to Allen. Carter for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass on.
Vasquez dishes to Hansbrough. Williams gets a screen from Hansbrough. And the Raptors making a change here. Hayes is checked in. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first. And Hansbrough kicks to Hayes. Fields' shot is good. Fields has got his first 2 points.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Now here is Carter. Feeds to Udrih. Adams. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And it's Carter penetrating. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Hayes, no good. Jacks up a 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment.
Strange to see that a team that appeared to be in such strong position changed up so much last year. And the Grizzlies did that. They traded away Rudy Gay, and they also changed their offensive scheme to more of a pick-and-roll approach.
Now here is Carter. The saw. Power down with both hands. This game is going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
And you know, frustrated Steve is over.
Well, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. J.J. Hickson last season was 4th in the league in rebounds per minute. He says, quote, all gas, no brakes. That's the way I was taught to play the game. But he says he's much more than just a hustle guy, adding that calling him that takes away from my overall game. I can shoot, I can make basketball plays. He did improve his jump shot last season, and at 25, he has plenty of room to grow, guys.
Well, as his shooting comes along, that's a great way for him to really find his niche, Doris. Thanks. There were a lot of questions asked after the Rudy Gay trade last season. Fans wondered if the team was looking to blow it up, even though they were fighting for the 3rd seed at the time. But, Steve, they really rallied.
They did. I thought they showed that they were an excellent team. And one of the reasons they made that trade is they had a lot of success a couple of years back in the playoffs without Rudy Gay. So they knew that they could play well without him. They went ahead and pulled the trigger. And it looks like the deal has worked out okay.
He doesn't get the second one.
So often teams that are near the bottom of the East tend to get drummed by the Western Conference teams, and that was the story last season for the Raptors. Had some close games and even a few upsets, but out west they didn't fare very well.
Here's Vasquez. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And the Raptors lead by 3. Pass to Randolph. Back to Carter. Franklin's checked in for Adams. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Carter kicks to Udrih. He passes to Franklin. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Well, picking up that talk again on the Raptors, teams out west have so many great forwards to deal with that when you try and go up against them with the stretch four like the Raptors have had, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, particularly rebounding and defensively, Kevin. That's one of the reasons Toronto traded Bargnani to the Knicks in the offseason. They wanted to be a little better in terms of being physical, being more punishing with their post players, and having a better defensive presence.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, an exciting player, Kevin. Incredible agility, and even when you think you have him stymied, he's great at maintaining his body control in midair and still getting a good shot off.
And I know nothing fires him up more than a huge jam right in the face of an opponent. I mean, those facials get him going. Don't discount how that can deflate the defender and the other team, too.
Carter outside. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Gasol, defended by Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Franklin kicks to Udrih. Carter. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. And that's now 11 points for Vince Carter.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And that is good.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Swiped it away. Knocked loose into Marcus Gasol. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's a nice finish for the big fella there. I mean, he used his length very well under the basket.
There may be more athletic players around the league, but, Steve, not many bigger ones.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'd like to see him even take advantage of that size more often on the offensive end and be more aggressive.
Toronto with the ball, following the score by Memphis. No good from Ross. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Randolph, a screen on Williams. Here's Franklin. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Williams against Conley. Outside Williams. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now Conley running the floor all by himself. There's the dish to Randolph. Carter. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Amir Johnson's checked in for James Johnson. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
You know, it appeared to be another season where the Raptors would be near the bottom of the league, but while the terms rock bottom and embarrassing floated around, they made some moves and were able to go on a run to climb towards the middle of the pack.
Lowry drives in. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Ross with the slam.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Now here's Randolph. There's the pass to Franklin. Trains it from beyond the arc. Franklin's got himself on the board with 3 there. Well, we all know the trade for Rudy Gay, the major move coming last season for the Raptors. They were able to get a look at the playoff scenario at times. And, you know, Steve, it looked like they were much more competitive down the stretch.
Yeah, this is a team that has struggled the last few years, but I think that spark near the end of the regular season gives them hope. And now it's time to start that climb, get back into the playoffs, and continue to build and become an excellent NBA franchise because they have the potential to do so.
Here is Ross. After the made shot from Franklin. He feeds it to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Kukoc with the block. Conley up top. DeRozan defending. The shot's good from Franklin. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Grizzlies.
But great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
Some changes for Memphis. Allen comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Lee in for Franklin.
The Grizzlies focused on trying to get more bang for their buck in terms of what they were paying guys, and the first shoe to drop was the trade of Rudy Gay. Just didn't want to commit to that big contract. Thought they could do a better job spreading that kind of money out over more players.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, for Dave Yeager, the new Grizzlies head coach, 6 seasons with them as an assistant. Before that, he won 5 titles coaching in the minor leagues. Yeager said, quote, "This is a blue-collar town, and I'm a blue-collar guy. I came up the hard way. I came up through the minor leagues. This is something I've been preparing for a long time. Guys," he says, he knows how to win. We'll see how he does.
Thanks, Doris. That confidence has certainly served him well. And for small market teams like the Grizzlies, that is something they have definitely always got to be considering. Are we using our cap space, Steve, to the best of our ability?
I think for the most part they were, but they just didn't feel that Rudy Gay was a long-term solution. So when the trade opportunity came about, they decided to free themselves up with a long-term financial commitment and give themselves more options in terms of personnel moving forward.
Toronto trailer. Lowry passes to Ross. Back to Lowry. And Lowry gets double teamed. 6 to shoot. Ross kicks to Lowry. It's tipped and stolen by Prince. Dishes it to Allen. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
The Grizzlies have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Goofus dishes to Conley. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Stolen by Michael Conley. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Goofus the pass to Allen. On the wing, Johnson. Kicks it to Patterson. He dishes it to Ross. Off the left rim and out.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
8 seconds left now here in the second. Down low. It's stolen by Hansbrough. Stolen by Allen. And the first half ends in a close one. It's the
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thanks for joining
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
We watched a great quarter by Carter. He's got 11 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
And Valanciunas kicks to Lowry. They get a hand on it. And it's Conley penetrating. Lays it up and banks it in. Conley's got 8 points. Raptors trail by 6. Lowry kicks to Johnson. Back to Lowry. Pass to Ross. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. The Grizzlies shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Poked away. Randolph is guarded by Johnson. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Now, here is Lowry. He's got 10. DeRozan on the wing. And out of bounds is Memphis gains possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Prince's shot is good.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
The Grizzlies had the second best defense in the league last season after the Indiana Pacers guys, and on the perimeter, they had speed with Conley and Tony Allen inside, size and strength with Marc Gasol, who's the defensive player of the year, and Zach Randolph, and they were tough to score against.
Here's DeRozan. Michael Conley making his last shot. Here's Lowry. Gasol with the block. And it's Conley penetrating. Randolph. Johnson's there. From 7. The shot is off. So the Raptors will take it the other way. And Clark, you mentioned the size inside for the Grizz. They tied for the second best rebound percentage in the league. And Steve, that was a huge area for them.
And on the perimeter, they were in the top 5 in steals, Kevin. So you talk about defense and rebounding and low post scoring. I mean, that's a really good foundation for an excellent team.
And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Lowry. DeRozan's got 11 points.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well. You know, it wasn't a surprise that the Raptors struggled on the road. Most young teams do. They were 13 and 28 as the visiting team. They did end the year looking a lot more dangerous on the road than they started, though.
Well, Clark, you were talking about the Raptors' struggles on the road. They didn't have the best road record at the end of the season, as you said, but, Steve, they did show some bite with their play.
You know, one of the interesting stats from the Raptors last year is they actually scored more points on the road than they did at home, and that rarely happens in the NBA. But I think the big thing with Toronto, their defense has to improve more than anything else.
And Valanciunas kicks to Ross. There's the feed to Lowry. Passes it to Johnson. He's against Randolph. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. The Raptors shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
A steal. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Ross, and it's blocked by Prince. Outside Prince. Gasol, defended by Valanciunas. Gasol, no good.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there, clogging the lane. Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
The Raptors have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Prince. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. Drive by Adams. Count that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And you can't forget, this guy is always on the prowl defensively, looking to pick you off if you get too casual and loose with the ball. He kind of gets in your head that way.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
Raptors trail by 9. Lowry dishes to Ross. He kicks it to DeRozan. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Andrew Fields checking in for Toronto. Toronto with the ball. The shot by Lowry, no good.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here's Adams. Prince, the pass to Udrich. Adams feeds it to Udrich. That 3 off the mark. Raptors trail by 9.
You know, you got to love the way that Amir Johnson attacks around the rim, whether it's looking to finish off a player, grab a rebound, or block a shot. You love his no-nonsense approach to defending and finishing in the lane.
Prince outside. Pass to Randolph. Adams misses the through. And Fields kicks to Valanciunas, and it's blocked by Prince. Lowry against Adams. Randolph goes in, and it's Toronto with the rebound. And Amir Johnson, not just a finisher Clark around the rim, a shot blocker, a pretty good defender.
Yeah, he's got excellent length for a power forward, and he's put some rocks in his pockets over the years. He's become better able to hold his ground inside. Folks, that means basically he's added some weight, is what's happened with Amir.
And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Udrih. That's now 8 points for Zach Randolph.
Udrih with the excellent feed that time.
Outside Lowry. That's good. Lowry's got 12 points in the game.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Offensive rebound. Randolph. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
And Fields kicks to DeRozan. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. 15 points in the game.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
The Raptors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in, and Adams kicks to Carter. Back to Adams. There's the dish to Udrih. Prince. And again, Memphis no good. Cloak loose. Carter with it. Williams picks him up. Prince dishes to Randolph. Adams outside Carter, and that one's good. Carter's got 14 points. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Memphis.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
You also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged virtually every shot in the paint.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Zach Randolph. Johnson from outside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Carter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Prince kicks to Carter. Buries the long-range jumper. Carter's got 9 points now in just the second half.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
DeMar DeRozan on the wing. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, and I like that. A little smash-mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Amir Johnson's checked in for James Johnson. 32 seconds left in the third. The kick out to Adams. Outside Conley. Carter against DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. Here's Gasol. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Send a message.
Yes, sir.
A message and put it on the highlight reel for later.
The pass to DeRozan. Good work defensively by Carter. Here's Prince. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Raptors trail by 14. Lowry with the ball. Conley picks him up. And Williams, here we go. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Williams has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Raptors. Kufis backs in. Carter outside. off a pick from Kufis. Carter kicks to Kufis. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
He feeds it to Patterson. Outside Lowry. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Michael Conley. Here's Stokes. Lowry with the block. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And it's slammed in by Williams. Out of this world. Aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Now here's Williams. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Stokes.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
To the middle. Here's Kufis. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
Johnson kicks to Ross. Rejected by Prince. And it's Conley penetrating. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Conley's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, man, they are putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively. It has all been working for him today.
Dishes to DeRozan. Fades back. That's good. DeRozan's got 20.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Pass to Stokes. Johnson's there. Tipped away. And taken away by Johnson. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Talk about great numbers for Ross. 13 points. And he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And those steals are all the evidence you need of just how high his basketball IQ is. He really sees the floor well defensively.
Zach Randolph is checked in for the Grizzlies. Now here's Prince. Back to Gasol. That is good. And the Grizzlies lead by 13.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. When defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low. He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in it.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Three-pointer, Lowry, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Boy, his performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
And Randolph slams it in.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throw down.
Well, now is the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Raptors trail by 11. Outside Lowry. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. Johnson goes to the reverse layup and claps it in.
You know, he's really adept at keeping possessions alive by hitting the boards and cashing in on some of those putbacks.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with an attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind the shooter.
Lowry with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. The offensive rebound. Johnson gets the bucket.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Well, you know, it seems that Amir Johnson is the kind of player who's always in and out of a starting lineup. Never really had a chance to lock down that starting role for an extended period of time last year, but was pretty good when he did get the nod.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Carter comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and it's Lee in for Tony Allen. And here's Lowry. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. Here's Ross. Soft touch off the glass. And for Amir Johnson, it's pretty unbelievable, but he's approaching a decade in the NBA. The kid from Los Angeles, it just seemed like the other day, you know, he was coming to the league. Just 26 years of age, and here he is, almost a decade in the league.
Yep, drafted out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles. You wonder how his development would have been different if he'd gone the college route, but he does seem to be coming on now the last couple of seasons.
In low to Lee, and there's a nice one-handed slam. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
A shot by Lowry, no good. Memphis leading by 12. Conley, the pass to Carter. Back to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. Carter kicks to Lee. Lee with another miss.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Outside Randolph. Gasol kicks to Carter. Tries to keep it alive. Fast break Toronto. DeRozan leading the charge. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. DeRozan's got 14 points here in the second half.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
And Vince Carter with the slam. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Raptors trail by 12. He dishes it to Ross. Back to Lowry. Steps back and shoots. Some solid defense from Randolph. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And it's Carter missing.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for him. You know, Lowry is playing well. He has 20 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
Well, 12 points from long range, so the defense has to figure out a way to defend him a little differently, try to get into his airspace.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansbrough comes in for Amir Johnson. Andrew Fields checking in for Terrence Ross. And it's Vasquez in for DeMar DeRozan. The shot's good from Franklin.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Lou Williams is checked in for Kyle Lowry. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
20 seconds on the shot clock. 20.
Toronto's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Williams for 3. Lays out. But they get it back. That's good.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Memphis has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Rufus, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Williams attacking, kicks it to Fields. Vasquez kept alive. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's Carter. Missed. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And this one was such a